What's up, guys? GameBringer here, bringing you episode number 22 of Factions here on Cosmic PvP, and boy do we have a special one for you guys today. As you could tell from the title, we are going to be going inside and checking out the WorldPeace base here today. On single player, of course, because that is the best way we can go in. We world downloaded the base the other day. I got some footage to show you from that. That was actually pretty exciting, going to world download the base. And we'll go inside and we'll check it all out in this episode. It's going to be pretty exciting. So if you haven't heard, the faction WorldPeace has come to the Dream Planet. It is full of all the admins and the owners and the mods for the server. So people like I'm Emma, Yeprin, Mindchat, and all the other mods. They're all going to be here living in this base. So they world generated the base in and are going to be playing out their faction's dreams on the Dream Planet, of course, with us for a while. Don't know how long it's going to last. Don't know how long they're going to be here, but it's going to be fun while it lasts. So, without further ado, I've got some footage here from last night where I was playing, and I saw Mindchat, and he whispered me, because we have seen Mindchat on our videos before. If you remember, he left us a comment, and I commented on his channel, of course. We've been chatting a little bit over the past couple days, and he was nice enough to allow us to TP me to the base so we could world download it, and I could showcase it for you guys in this episode. We'll call it an exclusive for now to our channel until we see something on someone else's channel. So big shout out to Mindchat. I'll show you that footage right now, actually, so here you go. Alright, just TP'd over to Mindchat. Let's see how it's going over here now. Sorry guys, jumping in right in the middle of the episode here. I'm not going to show my F coordinates yet, but we will chat with him. Thank you very much to Mindchat. Let's see what's cooking over here. I have no idea where we are. We could be in the middle of nowhere. I'll probably take a quick cut here just so I can check my my F coordinates briefly. Alright, home is now set in this location. We have our spot by WorldPeace. We are going to go ahead and see if we can make our way towards the base, and we'll see what's cooking. They are the giant one there. Here we go. I imagine this is probably the base proper here, at least with a little bit of roof art. I can't tell what it is yet, and I don't really have the chunk loading to tell. I imagine that says WorldPeace all the way along there, left to right. So let's see what's going on. It does look very good. Is it written on? It is actually written on the slabbed walls, which is actually pretty cool. Not on the wall itself. You got someone's idea of a derp over there, it looks like. So let's see if we can find the base proper here and see what's going on. So there it is, the W. It looks like the Wegmans W. This episode not sponsored by Wegmans, promise. And this base is massive, and so far all I've seen is slab walls. So okay, here we go. This must be So I imagine this is world border right here. Shaboop, yes it is. We got 2 sets of offset Mindchat regens, as does my base, although I think my back ones don't have, I didn't make a Mindchat regens yet, but that is very similar to our base. And then it looks like we've got a whole bunch of slab kind of offset pancake layer 45s here going on. So we got that, and then I imagine this is the base itself in here. Yes, it is with the, is this checkerboarding on top here, or is it just, no it's not, this is just normal, what you would expect at build height, so you can't get in there. So I think I'm going to world download this, and I will show you guys what is on the inside, so see you in a sec. And that is pretty much how it went down and how we got to where we are now in the base. So we are ready to go in, so let's start moving. As you can see, they've got the Cosmic logo up there on top of the base, which looks really cool. Unfortunately, my lighting is pretty crappy. I could download some mod to make that a little better, but it does look pretty awesome indeed from the top of their base. This is definitely the largest base I personally have ever seen. I don't know exactly how many chunks by how many chunks the main base is. I would guess it's about 5 or 6 by 5 or 6, maybe we'll call it 5 by 5 just to be safe. It might have even been on the forum post and I just missed it, but basically that's the base with plenty of walls, along with 2 rows of Mindchat regens, as it were, much like our base actually. We have 2 rows of regens, one of them Mindchat, one of them not, but we'll get to that in the end anyway. So I'm definitely eager to check out what this base has for defenses. And I only world downloaded this much. Trust me, these walls go on for chunks and chunks and chunks. There's probably, I don't know, what do you think there is here? Maybe like 20 or so walls right here. It probably goes on for about, I'd say 8 or 10 times this amount. So it's probably about 200 normal walls in front of these regens. And then you have some more, plenty of cool defenses here. Looks like we got kind of variable slabs at 45-degree angles here to help block as much out as they can. Good luck to whoever tries to raid them. It's not going to be me, that's for sure, because they also have plenty of people here defending them, so it's going to be a really tough raid. But some tough players have shown up on the Dream Planet, of course, to attempt to pursue that. So let us go ahead and see what they have below the surface. First of all, I want to just poke a hole in the roof and just see how many layers down we have to go before we hit something interesting. Looks like this is just some, what even is this, wool? And stone. Sorry for the lag here, I am playing on my own single player, of course, as you guys can see. So they got plenty more walls here. I guess we'll go forward a little bit more to see how much we have to go before we hit the proper base here. Here we go, this is probably it. Bust through a little bit of obsidian, and we find ourselves inside of a box. I'll probably go check out some of the defenses closer to the ground once I get some time for myself. But for now, let's just keep digging our way in and see what we can find. Bada bing, bada boom. Okay, here we go. This must be it. I wish I had... Can I just like turn up my gamma light here to make it brighter for you guys? Let me check on that. Let me check on that. I'll be right back. Okay, I couldn't find a real good solution for that, so I just gonna put some glowstone around where it's a little bit darker, and I'll make sure it's plenty bright. It looks like they have this absolutely ludicrous AFK pool, which is what I assume this is. I'm just hanging out here for the pure banter of it all. But I kind of want to go through this piece by piece, so I just want to check out what's basically behind every wall to see what they've got. Oh crap, it is dark. Looks like I saw some redstone down there. What is going on down here? Some sort of clock system, I assume? I bet you this is a water prodding system for some, oh yeah, it definitely is, for some spawners below here. I'm willing to bet there's pillars right below here, and this is just some sort of switch that you can turn on to water prod the pillars. I bet you there's water in here. Actually, we probably can't tell because it was single player, or it was world downloaded. And that wouldn't hold any of things inside chests or anything like that, so we probably can't tell. Does that carry all the way to the floor? Yeah, it does. That just carried all the way up there. I don't know if it's on the giant timer, or I imagine there's a switch probably somewhere down below, so let's actually go down and check that out. I imagine there's just a switch. Indeed. So there you go. I may have broken it by breaking the blocks, but plenty of blaze spawners in here, of course. Looks like they got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 per pillar, and 5 pillars. That is 40 blaze spawners for those of you playing at home, which is plenty, funneled down into a little 1x1 hole. This is actually a good little tutorial for anyone looking at how to make any grinders or anything like that. Feel free to take anything you like from what you'll learn in this episode. So let's go down there and see where it is that they are grinding. Unfortunately, I'm going to have to do some destruction here. So sorry. Why is it like that, though? Did I do that? I'm pretty sure I didn't. Why is that ugly? I must have just not world downloaded properly. Extra storage, extra storage. So that is one of their blaze grinders. I imagine there's probably a bunch of them in different corners, and there's a button. I'm not sure what that button does. Actually, redstone will work, won't it? I heard a bunch of pistons going off. What happened? Oh, secret passage! Amazing! Cool. I rate it. I've actually really wanted to do a little secret hidden staircase in my base. I made one of my own in a, it was an SMP once with a couple of my friends. And it was really sweet, and I really liked it a lot. So that is pretty cool. I love hidden staircases. Awesome. Brilliant. Good touch there, whoever made that. And this is definitely the thing that turns on, I would say, the protection for those spawners. Let's actually go up and check it out. I don't know how long the redstone would take to go up there. Again, I may have broken it when I was busting out. In fact, I probably did. But anyway, I imagine that's what that does, or certainly there's a similar switch down there somewhere. So let's carry on and go over to this corner. It is, again, one in the same here. I imagine this is another blaze grinderoo. Let's go ahead and check that out. Indubitably, I imagine that's another 40 blazes. So that's 80 blazes total hanging out in this base for now. That is pretty cool. There's probably one in every corner just so everyone can be on and grinding at the same time. Very neat. What does this sign say? If you're the last to use it, make sure you water prod it. Bing! I was the last to use it, so I'm water prodding it. I really want to see it work, but unfortunately, it might just take a while, and I also might have broken it. But I didn't really do much to this one, so I don't think it's broken. Anywho, that's the theory behind it. We won't spend too much time in here because you guys know what's going on. Hope you're enjoying the tour so far, and let's see what else we got in here. Bada bing, bada boom. I swear something was written there and I missed it. I'll have to check the footage later. Holy hoppers, Batman. What do we got here? This, I imagine, is the Iron Golem farm, possibly? I'll have to go up and check that out. They got their area over here in which to brew potions, and I imagine this is another type of farm. I really don't know if they're Iron Golem farms or Creeper / Enderman farms. They very well may be. That's definitely another Blaze farm. Let's actually go up and check that out. Oh, there's a hole. Yep, indeed. That brings the total of blazes up to 120. Definitely efficient in terms of grinding. Let's see what else they got in here. Light that up for you guys. So that's all 3 of those corners. I definitely want to go up and see what's here, though. What is this? Like the master AFK pool right here? What does it say? Okay, who leaves signs? There you go. It doesn't write anything on it. What does it say? Party on AFK pool. :D. Amazing. Alright, so let's go pop up and see what's going on up here. Maybe this kind of feels like it should be like a cow grinder. Maybe this is one of the mushroom grinders. That could be a thing. So let's go ahead and check. I'm so sorry I'm destroying everything. You guys are probably watching and cringing right now. So what the heck is going on here? Plenty of redstone. Might just be a filtering system to get rid of all the crap items. Wow. But let us go ahead and see what is happening. It looks like a gigantic water path. The water slide of destiny right here. With okay, so where are we? Where are we? Sorry it's so dark. I'm trying to place as I'm going here. Where are we? I'm trying to like get my perspective back of where we are in this base. But I guess let's just go up and check it out. I'm sorry, I'm gonna have to put a hole. I'm sorry. Bada bing. Okay, so it is the Iron Golem grinder, as it were. What do we got? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 times through 2.5. So that's again like 25. And then I imagine this is 11 again times 2. So I imagine there's pretty close to 50 Iron Golem spawners in here. Obviously they're not stacking here because I'm on single player. But I would guess this grinder is meant to maximize the amount of Iron Golems that are killed, because if you move them to different chunks, they will kill without like restacking on each other, and it makes it much more efficient to grind them. So I imagine that's what's going on here. So big ups to the giant IG grinder, probably about 50 as I said in there, so that is pretty cool indeed. So let's move on and see what else they got. This would be the AFK pool, which is pretty cool. You get to AFK all of them. I imagine you would go out of range though. Like if you're sitting here, I imagine the ones over there might just be slightly out of range, because I'm pretty sure that's more than 16 blocks. So you might not be able to get like full efficiency unless you had 2 people in here kind of at opposite ends at all times. But I don't know, I might be wrong with that. I am just spitballing here. So let's see what's down here. Again, just recklessly destroying their base. I'm so sorry. What is this hopper system? What's going on? Ooh, check it out. It is the gas grinder. I imagine that's only one, but perhaps there's more. I'm not familiar with how the gas grinder works, but I think we could just about figure it out. Sorry again if it's dark in here. From what we can see here. So it looks like you got some pistons that I imagine may retract and let some water out. That's probably what happens to push the gas down into the cactus, where he perishes and drops all his lovely gas goods into the system, and that filters down that giant chute we saw before. So let's actually see. I think if I jump on this, it should activate. Oh, freaking nailed it. Look at that. And what's this? What happens now? Okay, so that must shut it off, and the gas must be big enough to hit this and die. So okay, pretty cool system. So if anyone's looking how to build a gas grinder, I imagine this is one of the best ways to do it. Very cool, guys. Very nice indeed. So let us carry on with our little tour, destruction tour of the base. Oops, sorry about that. And see what else we got. Oh, an Iron Golem got free! Buddy, what a legend. You stay there. I'll get you some cover. Stay there. Never change. You're the man. No, no, no. Okay, you can come with me. It's fine. We're going to go on an adventure. You ready? Come with. Come with. Oops, I didn't mean it. Yo, he's displeased. I'm just going to go. Bye. Alright, carrying on with the base. That is pretty much the upper section. That is a grand total of, what did I say, 120 blaze spawners, a gas spawner, And the 50 or so IGs. I never did see what this was though, unless that is the advanced filter system for the one of the spawners that I missed. What's up here? Whoa. Oh my god, the amount of hoppers is real. That is crazy. I'm sorry, the space is big enough that I'm going to miss things, obviously. So that is pretty amazing. Where are all these hoppers just feeding into the chests here? What's going on up here? Oh, baby, this looks pretty cool. I imagine this is just pure creepers. I like how they put the black glass here. Like, someday we're going to get more creepers and put them here. Looks like 3 times about 15 or so, maybe a little more than that. So, again, probably pretty close to 50 creeper spawners, maybe a little less. I go 40. To be conservative, they drop, they die, and that is that. So I think this is slabs. Yes, because that means the hopper can activate and grab things from above the slab, as you can see there, as demonstrated there. So that works very well to grab up all of that TNT so they can go on some massive raids of their own. And what is this? I can't handle this. Whoever made this room, I just cried. I cried. I really do. Although nothing is going to fall there, but that hurt me on the inside. Alright, so that is pretty cool. Let's start digging down a little bit and getting into the meat and potatoes of this base. That is a ton of grinders. What do they got? Oh, is this a parkour? Did I miss a parkour? I put this here. Ooh, maybe you have to get there. Alright, we're going to try it. +1 for the parkour challenge. Welcome to insert parkour name here. Okay, that's brilliant. Oh no, I have jump boost on. How do I get that off? Where's me inventory? Because all my stuff carried over from Cosmic. Alright, are we good? I still... Get out of here. Let me just get rid of all that. Is that good? Are we good now? Oh, it lasts for like 8 minutes. Where's the milk? He needs some milk. Let's drink that and let's do this legit. I really want to do this. Do it for the boys back home. Are we good? We are good. I am not good at parkour, as I'm sure you can already tell. Yeah, okay. This could end really quickly here. Let's just try to momentum this. Okay, not bad so far. Ah! Alright, one more attempt because I don't want to spoil your appetites of this episode with some mediocre parkour. And by mediocre, I mean downright terrible. Alright, on another day then, on my own time. So let's see what we've got below this room. Whoa! That was cool. WorldPeace. Nice logo and a nice lit up room I don't have to do anything to. Yeah, about that world though. I'm going to have to consult your graphic designers. I think that's like the recreation of Pangea going on over here. That's right after Pangea split. WorldPeace. Cool base. I like this design right here. That looks pretty cool. What does that remind me of? That reminds me of like some weird Pokemon from like the 3rd generation or something like that. That's messed up. Anyway, I very much like the base design. It was cool that we dropped down into it. It looks like everyone's got their own little area to store all their stuff in these chests. I wish I was able to world download what was inside chests, but that would be a little bit of cheating. So what do we got here on the sign? Think we need more creepers before ghasts. Thoughts? Yeah, that's what I think of that. Goals. Heart slurp. Prospective truces for the future UN. Oh, imagine if we found me on here. Well, let's see what we got going on. God, yes, please spawn in more ghast. Hoppers for blazes, grinding areas. Goal. Ender grinder. Goal. Teach Beanie how to cannon. Top kex. Memes. Aries. Beanie. Nothing. Yeprin. Ape Squad. Yo, Ape Squad, watch out. Yeprin's about to rip you a new one. Beanie is a scrandy. Memes. Laptop is in Guam. That's not a good place. We're gonna have to remote into that. Cody is a god. Mind chat is secretly cat dog. Cat doge. Goal. A chapel. I thought that said chape for a second with an exclamation point, but no, that's chapel. Interesting. Who enemy New Dawn? I'm interested in the story. Yeprin. Very interesting indeed. Yo, so speaking of prospective truces for the future UN, prospective allies right here. Fake regions. Anyway, let's keep moving here. Personal advertisements aside. So that is pretty cool. This is just like a nice little hangout room. Very well decorated. I think it is really cool. I really like the green behind this. That looks really cool. It adds kind of like a lifelike essence to it. It's neat. Alright, so let us dig down another level and see what's going on down here. Hopefully it's just as light as this one. What's up with the redstone? That's a good question. Does it all light up? Whoa. Why is there a hole there? I didn't put that hole there. What? Maybe I did. I have to go investigate though, because if this base has any weaknesses, I want to know about it. Again, trying to light this up for you guys. But where is this water coming from? I'm sure it's by my creation. Surely. What are you? Was this where I first entered the base? How did I get here? It is where I first entered the base. Okay, now it's all starting to make sense. It's starting to make a little more sense now. Cool. Cool. Alright, so we need to keep going down. Completely separate entities, all of these bases. Again, sorry if it's a little laggy. We're loading quite a lot of chunks right now. That might be it for the base, though. I'd be impressed if there was more, because that is quite a lot of building. Yeah, I think that's pretty much it. So, good luck if you're trying to reverse, because there's plenty of layers here. What are we at? 91. Okay, we're not going to go down that far. Again, sorry for the lag. Got to load a lot of stuff. So that is probably going to be it for the base tour, guys. Hope you guys did enjoy. We are going to go head back up here and just make sure we didn't miss anything too important. But I think we pretty much checked off all of their spawners. I'm so sorry I put a hole there. And all of the cool stuff hanging out here in the WorldPeace base. We will have to keep talking with them and everyone else in WorldPeace to see what is going to go on in the future. That is my actual skin if you've never seen it, by the way. It is a Pirlo jersey and face that I custom designed by myself, of course. No help from any of you scrubs or texture packs or anything like that. But speaking of texture packs, I may get one if we're going to do PvP in the future. I know a lot of you were saying get something with low fire, and yes, I will. Fire is annoying. But if we're going to do PvP in the future, that is something I will pursue. But for now, I like sticking with the building and the raiding because that's what's fun for me about Cosmic. I like the raiding because it requires a head on your shoulders, and that I have. So I really like doing stuff that's more consistent and reliable like that I can kind of be a little bit creative and feel like I'm using a little bit more of my skills rather than the spam fest that is PvP, and no one's going to come hack me if I'm raiding. So I got that going for us. So yes, that concludes our base tour of WorldPeace. Stay tuned for any updates. Maybe we'll be doing some stuff with the faction later or some of the other members. Of course, I consider myself loose friends with Mindchat now. We'll be hanging out with him, of course, sometime in the future. But best of luck to them, and best of luck to us. Of course, if you guys did like, please subscribe. It's been awesome so far. I don't know what we're up to for subscribers because I haven't been on in a couple days, but I'm sure it's nice and high. We're probably approaching that 500 mark, if not there already. So tell your friends if you haven't. I love the support you guys have been giving me. It's been fun. That being said, I'm probably going to move the episodes spaced out a little bit more now because I am really busy in real life. So it's probably going to move to about, I don't want to say once a week yet, but they're definitely going to be more spaced out, and they're going to be a lot more solid in terms of content. We're going to be doing some bigger raids and things like that. So stay tuned. The episodes are going to get better despite them being a little bit further apart. I need some free time for myself. So that's going to be it for me, guys. Catch y'all later.